I like a good bit of feedback when I write. Are there any papers, pens, or combos you can recommend for someone who isn't into glassy smooth? So you're asking me this, but I am into glassy smooth, so I spend way more of my time trying to find like the best, smoothest combination. But you know, in that search, I've definitely found some that aren't quite as smooth. And honestly, it's a preference thing. Like some people really like to be able to take their pen and have a bit of bite to it when they're writing. They like it to feel more like kind of like a graphite pencil. You can feel kind of that drag on the page. They just feel more grounded. They feel more in control of their writing when they're writing with something that has a little more feedback to it. And that's totally cool. Like it's purely a preference thing. I think most people, at least when they're looking at pens, are looking for something on the smoother side. Probably, I would imagine, because most American paper is pretty terrible. So when you're dealing with American paper, it's going to be fairly rough and textured anyway. And if you have a really toothy nib, it's going to really feel like it drags a lot. So most people want the smoothest nib possible so that they can end up with something that's kind of in the middle of the road. If you're using a really smooth nib on a really smooth paper like Clairefontaine, then it can like feel like it's kind of slipping and sliding all over the place, which is kind of what I hear from some folks is the complaint with that kind of stuff. But if you're looking for something a little more textured, I have a couple of different options for you. A couple of brands as far as pens go. Aurora is one that is known for having some very toothy nibs. Definitely a toothy, not scratchy. They shouldn't be scratchy like cutting the page, cutting the paper, that kind of thing. But it's definitely one that is not intentionally not ground as smooth as some other ones. Now, if you want to, and you're not, okay, kind of, changing your warranty and that kind of stuff, you can always smooth out nibs a little bit on micromesh or mylar paper, and which is what I always recommend to people who like the Aurora pens but not the feel. You can smooth them out a little bit, but the way they come from the factory is with quite a bit of tooth to them, and that's really all of their nibs. So you can definitely check that one out. Delta as well, like the matte black Unica, which we're supposed to be getting restocked fairly soon, also is fairly toothy, and the Serena as well, the other affordable Delta pen. So basically all the Delta steel nibs are really rather quite toothy. And then Platinum as well, the 3776. That one is a gold nib, which is kind of interesting because most pens with gold nibs, they go for smooth and springy. This one's a little bit toothy and a little bit stiff. So if you are really looking for that writing experience, that's where Platinum can be really good for you on the 3776. Now, if you want to talk on the paper side of things, I think Field Notes are kind of not on the smoother end, a little on the toothier end. I pulled out some shelter wood here. These are the ones with the wood covers on them, but any of the Field Notes, they all use essentially the same paper. Also, if you want to go with something that is actually textured, the Lalo Vergé de France is actually like a laid paper. And this is the same thing with original Crown Mill. Their classic laid paper, very similar feel to this. You can actually see the lines. It's like a textured, like three-dimensional lines. So when you're writing on it, it feels kind of bumpy. It's almost like little speed bumps on the paper. Personally, I don't enjoy the experience of writing on this kind of paper, but the tactile feel of it and the presentation you have of it when you're holding it in your hands is really cool. So when I'm writing something for correspondence and I want it to look really fancy, I'll use this paper, but I really don't enjoy writing on it, just being completely honest. And then I have Apica as well. They have a variety of different notebooks. The Apica Premium is definitely a little smoother, but I find the normal Apica paper, actually it is fairly smooth now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe Apica is kind of like, it's probably one of those debatable ones. It's like middle of the road, but yeah, the conventional Apica, maybe it's kind of like on the line now that I'm revisiting that thought. And then that's another one, the original Crown Mill, going back to that one, they have their classic laid, which is more like the Lalo. But they also have one that's called Pure Cotton, which is basically any cotton paper that you get is going to be quite toothy. So that is another option for you to consider. And I think that will close that one up.